Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dragagon, and this is Gregtech New Horizons. So when I left off in the last video, I had just completed making everything I needed in order to build my distillation tower, but I haven't actually built it yet. And the reason for that is I took a little side detour, and I put together the materials that I needed in order to complete the Builder's Wand. So there is the Builder's Wand. Oh, you know what? I still need this stuff. I forgot this has a second tab over here, which I will need to do first. So I guess I will need a few things. 9 lapis, 9 emeralds, 9 diamonds, a few other things, but I am working on that Builder's Wand simply because the Builder's Wand will help me with what I am currently working on. And what I am currently working on is this mess up here. Oh, and it's nighttime. I should maybe think about sleeping real quick. There we go. And what I'm working on is I'm building out this glass roof here that extends out one chunk, and then it will drop off, and that's because I've decided I'm going to move my tree farm from where it is now over to in front of this row of 3 chunks. So I've basically cleared out the top level of this, and I'm going to drop it all the way down to the ground floor of the rest of my base, wall it in, and then I want to put my tree farm here, and then with the tree farm there I can begin to make the setup that I want for doing a paralyzed oven, my distilleries, and things along those lines, and kind of have this nice looking glass front that sticks out and I can see out from there, and then along with that I can do things like I was looking at making this entire area one flat area that all sits at this same height, that will have all of my farmland, and basically have one big farm instead of 3 separate little farms and a tree farm. So quite a bit of base retooling going on there. Out here, not much has changed. I am still working towards... I've purified my noble line now. I took a water bee and I combined it with my drones enough to get a fully pristine noble queen. And so now I'm going through the process of getting this queen done so that I can work either on the diligent bees or the quest actually wants the majestic bees to be done. So I'll be working towards majestic bees and the diligent bees, just going through this one guy over time since I do have my noble bees done. So that will be interesting as I'm trying to get through all of this stuff. And then, you know, building up this thing and then setting up the tree farm over in the new area. So those are my goals. Like I say, it's a bit of base retooling, which means that it's a lot of moving stuff around and getting stuff where I want it and so on and so forth. So yeah, I will have you guys join me back in once I have a bit more done here. All right, that wasn't too bad. Just a matter of me gathering materials, and now I have everything I need in order to submit all of those and collect my Builder's Wand. So the whole reason I went after the Builder's Wand is simply because trying to place all of those blocks that I've got for that roof is a little bit of a pain. Well, it's not terrible, but it's not exactly the most fun. So it's much easier to come over here and have this wand here so that I can do... Oh, and it doesn't work on the glass? Yeah, it does. I just need to be closer, that's all. There we go. Yeah, that's better. And so, let's see here. I guess I will come over this way. and climb up on top. So yeah, Builder's Wand finally complete. That means now I can more easily do this. There we go. So much handier. Until I run out of glass, that is. But anyway, I'm going to finish building this up, and then I'm going to clear out these 3 chunks all the way down to the base floor and work on getting my distillation tower set up. Maybe make this look a little nicer instead of it just being the glass like it is. Maybe put in some like metal ribbing so that it looks like I've actually got this thing enclosed properly. So that is next on the agenda as I go about, I guess, beautifying the base. So I will catch you all back here after I've got a bit more done. Alright, I'm back again. It's been another couple days since I've been able to play. But I did get what I wanted done over in this room. As you can see, I've finished laying out all the glass, and I didn't put the ribbing in like I originally thought, but I did get my other stuff set up. So I now have an advanced coke oven and a Railcraft steam boiler in order to produce steam. I have my initial distillery right here. It is the 4 tall one so that I can do the oil in order to get sulfuric light, sulfuric heavy, sulfuric naphtha, and the sulfuric gas out of it. The idea being that once I have that, the outputs are back here, and I'm looking at putting in 4 of the chemical reactors in order to mix in the hydrogen and basically desulfurize the fluids in order to start using them elsewhere. That will clean up some of my other room. It'll clean up some of this room over here. Namely, it will clean up this, which is producing the naphtha, which is then being used for the ethylene. It'll also clean up the this distillery back here, making the light fuel. And because I can use heavy fuel or I'm sorry, heavy oil or regular oil, I have this setup that can go away as well. I can use this chemical reactor in order to desulfurize the heavy fuel. I can use this one over here to desulfurize the light fuel. I can use this chemical reactor right here in order to desulfurize the naphtha. And then rather than cracking in another chemical reactor, I can use this chemical reactor to desulfurize the gas into the refinery gas. And then I am looking at building the cracking unit. Let's see here. Where is this guy? This guy right here. The cracking unit. Since it only takes the 16 copper nickel coil blocks, which I have sitting around, and a few other things, and I can make that. The other thing I did while I was working away, I finally got all of the Nichrome done, and I made my Nichrome coil blocks for my EBF. So now my EBF has the Nichrome instead of the Canthal, which means being able to access even higher tier materials. The biggest one of those being, I believe it's the Vibrant alloy that I need it for. Yeah, the Vibrant alloy. So I now have the ability to make Vibrant alloy. And then one last thing that I've been working on just slowly in my spare time is, of course, the bees. And if you saw that quest that I had open just a minute ago, if I run out here to my bees, you will see that I have majestic bees. So I've been working away on those guys. Finally got the majestic bees done. I am still working on getting the diligent bees, the the majestic bees were a bit faster. The diligent bees are being extremely difficult. I cannot seem to get anything other than the occasional cultivated diligent out of them, even though I already have the next one up, which is the unwary over here. So a little bit frustrating that I can't get those yet, but at least now I have the majestic bees. So the next thing I'm going to do is start putting the majestic bees into this apiary, and then that way I can start getting drones produced once I get a good line going. And then with the majestic bees, I can start to get those guys prepped and ready for converting a pristine queen over, and then I can start using more drones in order to along with the noble and work on getting those what is it, the imperial bees. Let's go back, bee breeding. Yeah, the imperial bees. So I'm pretty much done with this one, and now it'll be getting the imperial bees so that I can get the royal jelly portion of alvearies. So yeah, that is next on my list for the bees. With the multi-block goals, I am still in the middle of working on making these turbine casings. The hardest part of the turbine casings being the magnolium, namely the aluminum portion of the magnolium. I have the magnesium covered. I just need to get more aluminum in order to make these turbine casings. I already have the blue steel. You guys, I think I showed that an episode or so ago. Right here I've got my blue steel ingots that have been building up. And so just working on the magnolium so that I can combine those, and I'm looking at making 2 of these steam turbines, and then that way I can start getting some good HV power out into my base. So yeah, those are future things going on. And as well as slowly building up more chrome so that I can build 2 more 11 tall distilleries to go in that glass covered room. One last thing I did manage to make is this guy. I now have my copter pack, so I can fly up to my floating farm. I haven't done literally anything with the farm whatsoever. The farm has just kind of been an afterthought right now. Just take you up there real quick because I already have the copter on. But having the copter will now allow me to fly around the nether, and in doing that I can work on getting my first wither, because over in my space race I'm working towards the dire crafting, and that guy needs 18 nether stars. So I'm probably going to go the way of the null catalyst, getting the nether stars and then duplicating them to get the 18 total that I need, but that is going to be a bit in the making. So yeah, lots of things ahead. I'm going to go ahead and call this episode good. I've made some pretty significant progress getting the distillery portion done, getting my EBF upgraded with Nichrome coils, and then getting that bee upgraded to the majestic bee. So yeah, looking forward to doing more questing a little bit later, and I'll bring you guys back in hopefully once I have at least one of those turbines ready to be put together so we can start taking a look at a constant flow of HV power. I'll see you in the next video. Till then.